on my computer. It's recording, it says.
Okay, very good.
So everybody, you got to behave yourselves now. You can't say anything goofy. No, if that's the truth, I shouldn't be on any calls ever. They should just kick me off before I even do anything. Cornelius, every group is a little different, and we all have a very similar. We have goals that are similar, mission statement that's the same, but every leader's a little different in how they approach it. Dawn's been part of this for years. She hasn't been able to get away. So, but
I don't want to.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, I'll quit talking. I am going to mute myself now. I promise.
Okay, no problem. So if everybody could put your contact information, your name, the name of your business, your email address, website, phone number, however folks would contact you. If you would go into the chat box and put that information in, then we will record you as present, and that'll be a good way for everyone to be able to share their information without repeating it over and over again throughout the call. And while you're doing that, I came across this on the internet today. It was on the Today Show, I think earlier this month, but it just had me cracking up. Because of the pandemic and folks were on quarantine and folks were at home and a lot of people were close to their refrigerator and sometimes eating several meals a day, this little video was posted, and every time I hear it or see it, it just cracks me up, and I just want to share it with you guys quickly. So hope you find it entertaining as well. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
A little bit, not really, not much. Can you make it louder?
Isn't it a gospel singer who's saying she's back at the fridge again or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's something, and she's singing with herself. There's like 9 or 10 of her that are.
Have you seen that one?
No, but they had it on the Today Show today, and they were talking to her. Yeah, I would definitely encourage you to go check it out.
I just thought that was hilarious. It cracks me up every time I come across it. I at the beginning of the quarantine, that certainly was me. I did not miss any meals. I was in the kitchen quite often for snacks and searching for something to eat. And in May, my husband had emergency gallbladder surgery, and immediately our diets and exercise and everything changed. So, but I can still very much relate to that. Being at the fridge again. I don't know, it just cracks me up, and I wanted to share that with you. Right now, I want to say welcome to everybody to Collaborating Connections. And we are a weekly meeting group of TTR Networking. Overall, our purpose is simply to provide benefit to business organizations, weekly networking, relationship building, sharing business referrals, sharing information about our business, some professional development, and just to get together and nurture and support each other. Another part of what TTR Networking is all about, and certainly Collaborating Connections is as well, is the support of local nonprofits and community organizations. We love to be successful and thrive ourselves. We certainly can't do that without our clientele. our customers, our support systems. And most times that's our family, our local community, our friends, our business partners. To make sure that others around us thrive too, we give back to our local communities and nonprofits. So I know I reached out to a couple of nonprofits because I'm trying to get them to share, to come be a part of our call and give a brief summary of what they're about, what their needs are, how we might be able to partner with them. So it's difficult when we're the after hours group, and sometimes getting a representative to participate on our call 6 p.m. or later becomes a bit challenging. But we are in the process of seeking some representatives from Wheeler Mission and Planner House. And if not to be in person, at least to send us a video of their services that we can learn a little bit more about them. As well, if there is a nonprofit or a community organization that you're aware of, certainly bring that to my attention, and I would love to reach out to them and invite them to do a presentation to our group as well and share with us what they're about and what their needs are. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started with our roundtable discussion, which gives everyone an opportunity to introduce their business, what they're about, what's currently going on, and what they're looking for in a referral for their company or their business right now. So I usually start off, but if we have a volunteer or somebody who would like to go first, anybody?
I can go.
Great, Dion.
So my name is Dion Robinson. I am a wife, a mother of twins, 6-year-old twins, and I work full-time, and I do Color Street nail polish strips. And what Color Street is 100% nail polish that you can put on your fingernail, or for women to put on their fingernails, to just at a fraction of the cost, and salon quality, no dry time, and needs time to cure, but still looking good. And you can have different designs and get it and go and have a manicure and a pedicure in between $11 to $14, all in one. And also do fundraising. So that's my goal, to get into more fundraising, but just to share and make women feel good about themselves. And today is our fall launch of new colors and shades. So we are excited about that. So all kinds of new shades that I'm going to be sending Dawn a catalog. So I already saw her like, yes, I want a catalog. So I put that on my Facebook, and
Yes.
to let people know, be like, okay, if you want a catalog, I can get you a catalog right now. So, and it's great for Christmas shopping. These are great stocking stuffers. So.
I have a sister that'll spend $200-300 on her nails and her feet, so I definitely want to look into that. Quit spending all that money when she can only spend 50. You said only, so is it a clear coat? What is it?
No, it's different shades. It's I mean, there whatever color that you might want, and then there's different styles, so, and patterns. So it's a base coat, color coat, and top coat all in one, but it's all nail polish, and it comes off with nail polish remover. So, you know, with the pandemic going on, going to the salon and, worrying about that. And I have put out, I think, going to the salon like every 2 weeks, and for a year, it's like $1,000 that you spend. And with Color Street, for a year, you spend $300.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a manicure and a pedicure. So, and it looks good.
Good.
Great. Well, thank you, Dion. I am at 2 weeks with mine now, and I'm starting to see the growth from my nail bed. So Is 2 weeks about
Yeah, it's guaranteed to last up
the
to
time
10
that they
days.
last? Or
Yeah, so you're getting
what's
2
that?
weeks. It's guaranteed to last up to 10 days. So if you're getting 2 weeks, that is wonderful.
Oh.
So, I mean, if it's still looking good, you feel that's looking good, like I have about 2 weeks myself. So sometimes it just depends on which one that you choose. Some last better than others. But hey, that's 2 weeks. And so, you know, spending between $11 to $14, and you got that, and you can save the strips that are left over to use it again. So really, it's half of that if you're you can save that, and then you can use them again for another. So it's basically, you know, what, $6 to $7 to get 2 manicures or get a manicure and a pedicure all in one. So.
Yeah,
Cool.
I really like the versatility of, because I think I ordered 2 sets and you sent me a sample. Then I used the sample to do my accent ring fingers on each hand. So I have some leftover from the first set that I used. I still have my second set to utilize. I think I'm about ready to take this off since I can see the growth at my nail bed. But I'm excited to be trying the next time around, and I'm sure I get better at applying it each time. So thank you so much for exposing me to this. And Deanna and I are getting together tomorrow to have a conversation about the new fall line and implementing a fundraiser for collaborating connections using the Color Street with their new fall line coming out. And I'm sure that that will be helpful in attracting some even new customers who aren't familiar with the use of Color Street, as well as giving an opportunity for individuals who are now interested in getting those fall colors and patterns, getting them exposed to what you guys are coming out with. So I'm excited about that. And again, any funds that we can raise to utilize to help a local nonprofit or a community group, we are really looking forward to. So thanks again, Dion.
You're welcome.
Cornelius, do you mind sharing with us?
Yeah, I will. So I was a real estate agent way back in the day. Real estate kind of taught me that I needed to learn how to market, because you can have a great product, you know, like Dion has an amazing product, I'm pretty sure. But if nobody knows what the heck you're doing or what you're selling, then you're not going to get any sales. So real estate kind of started my interest in marketing. And then some buddies of mine created a company called Mission to Market, where we helped people who were small business people market their business out. And 68% of all their, you know, customers was coming from LinkedIn. So they did a whole switch and they started marketing their services on LinkedIn. But what they found out was it was taking them way too long to find the right person, connect with them, and move them off LinkedIn to do business. LinkedIn's a boring site, so people don't hang out on it, but it's great to, I guess, find somebody that you want to do business with. So we created a software around just finding the perfect prospect or person you want to do business with, pulling them off LinkedIn and doing business with them. So like, for instance, I'm trying to use Diane's here. She wants to connect with other young, you know, women in the community to introduce her nail polish. We would help her find them people, have a conversation with them, pull them off LinkedIn, and try the product. You know, all completely automated as well. So you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time individually connecting with them and having that conversation. We do it automatically for you with the software that automates the process of connecting and having that conversation. So not asking for more time, just using our software. So yeah.
So
Wonderful.
your software will, I mean, is this something that
So,
go ahead.
so is it just
Go ahead. I think there's a delay. Go ahead, Dawn. Not sure she heard me at all.
Jennifer, I think you had a question.
Well, no, I was starting to talk and I didn't know if you heard me or not. No, I guess the question was just about the software. Is that something that you educate people on how to use it and everything? Is that your job, Cornelius?
Yeah, and that's the first part. So there's an onboarding process because a lot of people aren't tech savvy. I've only been here for 5 weeks and I'm not tech savvy. But there's actually a process. It's an hour long where we show you how the software works and then we actually get you started. So once we press start, you lean back and just let the software do what it does, which is connect the people that you want to show your product to or service to, and introduce yourself and do what it's meant to do. So I'm not a big software guy. I just talk to people. So when I started I use the software because I coach wrestling on the side as well. I use the software to bring me clients, coaching, and then also sell itself. Okay, so, but yeah, I hope that answered your question, by the way, Jennifer.
Yeah, I think it's always pretty exciting when somebody says we've got a tool that does that, but then you're always kind of like, okay, there's going to be a learning curve. So I would assume that's your job to make sure that your clients know how to do that once they learn it.
Yes, it is. And then two, we have competitors because people are realizing that what we're doing is actually it's working really well.
Okay.
In one way that we kind of ourselves from our competitors is that it's free consultation for a lifetime. So whenever you're using our software and you're like, what the heck am I doing? Which I do all the time. I use the darn thing and I'm like, need a little bit more help here, knowing what to say or how to better optimize it. I can pick up the phone, and since I'm actually in the office, I can go to our sales team and I get help 24/7, no matter what, no upcharge, no downcharge to get help using the software. And that's the same thing with our clients. It's completely free for you to pick up the phone and say, hey, I need help. I'm not getting the results I want, things like that.
Okay, cool. Okay. That helps.
Okay. And is it a one-time purchase or is it a monthly subscription?
Two things. So it's a one-time onboarding fee. That onboarding fee is $14.97, so a little bit under $1,500. That onboarding fee gives you the software for a lifetime. It also gives you all our best practices, our tips. We give you scripts. So if you don't know what to say when you're sending out all these messages to all these people you want to talk to, we can give you a script and we can help you write a script. And then that also gives you that free for a lifetime consultation. So anytime you have a question or need help, you can pick up the phone. And then there's a recurring fee, and that recurring fee changes per how many times you actually want to reach out to people. So if you're a smaller business and you only want to reach out to 40 different people every single day, it's $45 a month for that. But if you are a bigger business or somebody who really wants to explode fast, you can send up to 120 connection requests out for $100 a month. A one-time onboarding fee, and then a recurring subscription cost, you call it.
Okay. So Dawn, I'm just going to ask the question that I'm thinking of. One of the things we do in our networking groups is always trying to think, who do people need to be introduced to? Right. Who's a good, so that not everybody in the groups are necessarily prospects, not that they aren't, but I'm just saying that one of our biggest things is I think people do feel kind of sometimes like, oh gosh, how am I gonna be able to, I can't pay for that right now, or maybe I can't, or maybe that's something down the road. But in the meantime, it's strategic. Who do we know that we can introduce you to? So go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So I work with a lot of realtors because I was in the industry. It's easy to me to kind of go back to my older peers and say, hey, this is a great software for you to reach out to, strategic partners with. So me personally, I've been doing really well with realtors.
Sure.
But this works. I'm gonna be that guy and just say it works for anybody who's in a business, small business, large business, and things like that.
But your niche is the real estate for you because you've got that background, which honestly, I think that we all kind of can understand that, if you've had experience in an industry, you tend to Oh, I know their language. I know how to, I know how to talk to them. And, but who else? You need realtor connections, which would probably be good.
So my favorite to work with, I work with a lot of realtors, but my favorite are smaller startup businesses, honestly. I like people who are they have a great product, but nobody knows about it yet. Them are my personal favorite to kind of work with, only because the results that our company has been able to do, the short time I've been here, I love seeing results for the people I work with. And when I work with a smaller company, I know for a fact, I've seen it happen, we can get results fast. So I like small companies. My friends and family, I got friends who are 23 and they've started a marketing agency company, and we'll use the software. And what I'll do is that onboarding price is always an issue for people. $1,500 is a lot. So what we do is we break it down to payments. So we'll do $1,500, we'll divide it into 5, 3, or 2, whatever you have to do to kind of use the software. But yeah, I love working with smaller businesses because the results are just a little bit faster.
Okay, Dawn, I'm going to ask another question because I've got questions.
No
So,
problem.
when you're talking about, it's actually a software that you go in and use with LinkedIn.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. The more I kept thinking about that, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, but because I've got something like 5,000 plus
Okay.
connections in LinkedIn. And I'm now going back through and doing, but you and I need to talk and have a one-to-one just so I can explain to you what all I do under that umbrella for this. But I think LinkedIn for most of us, although both Dion, probably not necessarily, I mean, LinkedIn is a good place to go for connections, especially if we're talking about, inviting people to our groups.
Right.
Because it's definitely professionals. But I would assume that Shelly and Dion and Dawn, you guys all probably, do you find that Facebook is better? Or is there really that, you know what I'm saying?
For
me,
my travel business and my genealogy, Facebook has brought me a lot more potential clients. But on the other hat that I wear, as far as being a leader of this networking group and being a professional auditor, that information, and when I'm seeking contracts and connections, LinkedIn is best for. So I think it just depends on what you're using it for.
Yeah, and Shelly started to say something, I'm sorry.
yeah, Facebook more so. I don't really use LinkedIn too much at all.
But I think that's part of your job, Cornelius, is to educate people on why they would use, LinkedIn. And I'm not saying you don't know that. You know it.
Well, no. So I'm just going to give you no bull crap, just how I feel. So all my friends and family are on Facebook. They're not on LinkedIn. But when I'm on LinkedIn prospecting, I always notice that I'm talking with just a different audience. These are the guys who are making a lot more money than I'm, used to talking with. And these guys are a lot more professional. So when it comes to working with people who are bigger business, more established, that's all LinkedIn.
Right.
So if when you want to take your business to the next level and you want to have that strategic partnership with whoever that may be, you have a really good chance of meeting them and having that conversation on LinkedIn.
And this morning, Dawn, Dion, and Shelly, that I met Cornelius because he was actually doing a presentation for our biz builders with the software, right? You were showing.
Just kind of how it would work, yeah.
So that's how he got connected with biz builders. And I guess I always want people to know that we know that not everybody can pay $1,400 or $1,500, right? Is that what you said? Right. But we all know people who do need what we're doing. Yes. Exactly. And that's where the power of, a group is good. If we're trying to do a fundraiser, or we're trying to do whatever, or we just we've got a new friend here who's got a business that's a great tool for the right people. That doesn't mean we don't think I'm not trying to say that you aren't the right person, but a lot of times it takes educating us to get to that point where we're like, I'd like to know more. But in the meantime, who can we connect him with? You know, who
In
do
the
you
short time I've been doing this, that's the biggest thing I've learned. Jennifer, you said it perfectly. I'm the whole day, all I'm doing is educating people. And I'm educating myself too as I'm going, because I'm realizing that I do two things. I do a terrible job of kind of explaining the software. I do a much better job of showing it. And then the second thing is it works. I didn't know how well it was going to work when I first got here. I honestly only wanted to work here is because everybody else who worked here were young and they looked very successful. You know,
Not a bad thing.
So I was like, I need to rub shoulders with these guys. So I got in. I learned the power of social media marketing in the short time I've been here, and so I've been using it. And when I say it works for people, man, it's powerful. And I think it's because they do a really good job of casting a wide net.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time, people when they go and express their business, it's to their friends and family. Whereas here, we're reaching out to 100 different people every single day, even on your off days, or even when you're sick, or when when you just want to spend more time with your family. This is still working.
That's
So
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Okay, one more question. I think. So, like I mentioned, I have a lot of interest. Travel, genealogy, this networking group, auditing. Can I, if I were a client, could I utilize this software for, pulling contacts for each of those businesses?
Absolutely. Even at the same exact time. So you can do up to 120 messages with our new updated software. Now with that 120, you can send 10 messages out to the executive of the auditing company that you want to work with, 40 to this place, 60 to this place, until it adds up to 120 per day. And we do only 120 per day because we don't want your LinkedIn page to get flagged for automation. Because we work side by side with LinkedIn to make sure that all of our clients are following the rules and all regulations and all that. But yes, you can market to any and every. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I always work with people on the onboarding because it's the biggest thing. And since I've been here, yes, I work with realtors, but like I said, I love working with the small business owners. And I'm always doing things to try to be creative with that onboarding, right? I'm always in the CEO's office like, hey, she needs it. Can we stretch out the 50? What can we do? And he's always like, all right. And
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Cornelius. I keep getting a message popping up that my connection is unstable, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I freeze up and look crazy. It always catches me right in the midst of, the craziest facial expression. But Shelley, can you unmute and introduce yourself and your company and tell us what types of referrals you're looking for?
I'm Shelley Horton, and I'm an independent sales rep for Avon, which has been around for a long time. Basically, anyone from 18 on up that I'm looking for. I mean, we deal with a lot of skincare, and we have blasting out to other things, but mostly people come for skincare, but when they get on there, they may find a whole lot of other things. But and at the same time, I'm going to start doing some cancer research campaigns, because we have items that go for cancer research. And it's just something to do because I am on disability, something on the side to do. And I'm looking for people that want to may do something at home themselves. So they may want to join and make some extra money on the side.
Okay. So you're looking to build a team. So anybody who's interested in some extra income by being an independent consultant, you're focused on the skincare line that Avon provides, but you're indicating that there are additional lines that they have as well that,
Yes, they have
um,
clothing and other things, beauty
okay.
care.
And all of that is evident from going to your Avon website there.
Yes. They originally, the old way they used to do it is people would get their catalogs and brochures and bring them to everybody. All of that stuff is on the computer. You just pull it up. Each campaign is
Okay.
2 weeks long. You can pull up every brochure. I get brochures. I don't buy them anymore because people can go right online. I may get some and hand them out to people, but they come just because I have orders. Other than that, everything is online. The brochures are online. They can find out all the sales for every 2 weeks. And I do have my Facebook business. I didn't put that on there, but Facebook business line where they can, see when the campaigns are, which are every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So,
So the campaigns are you suggesting that there are discounts or sales with those
oh
campaigns
yes,
or special
yes,
products or, okay,
yes.
good deal.
My mother's on disability as well. She has MS. So I will mention, you said, I kind of just want to understand how she would be able to make some extra money kind of sitting at home.
They when she joins, and right now is zero to join, and they make your website. So she doesn't do anything. They put the website together, and if she goes under me, we would just train her. Everything's online to even train. They have training right online. As soon as she signs up, she can start selling because they
Okay.
put the website up real quick.
Okay. And you're selling commodities, correct?
What's commodities?
Well, typical small day-to-day things like hair
Yeah,
lotion.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We have jewelry, perfume, all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Okay. And I think my software would be, yeah. So do you know who typically you sell to? As in, like, is it usually just friends and family, or?
Oh, yes, friends and family and whoever else that wants it. I do have some business people.
Oh, she froze up.
Yep. Are you still there, Shelley? Okay. Well, in the meantime, while she unfreezes, um, I had a chance to talk to her in a little bit more detail. Oh, I think you're back.
Am I
Hello?
on?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been freezing quite a bit lately. I don't know what's going on here.
I was just about to mention when we talked after last week's call and you went into a little bit more detail about your business, I was really impressed that Avon overall has this no cost to join as an independent consultant campaign going on right now. Because a lot of people are looking for an entrepreneurial venture or, a side hustle. For a lot of women, to be able to do something that doesn't cost an investment up front, where somebody else is setting up the website for you, and that's something that if it's not in your bailiwick or your skill set, that really means a lot. So
Yeah.
this opportunity with Avon, especially right now, in the midst of a pandemic with folks struggling economically, is really one of those great opportunities that a long time, well-repudiated company, it's kind of a no-brainer for individuals who are looking for that something extra.
Right. I mean, just
Cool.
imagine being a hairdresser and then you sell hair products as well. I'll just go to my website. You can pick up hair products.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good idea. sweating like crazy.
Awesome. Okay, any other questions for Shelley? And so your key people, you said generally ladies 18 and up is your focus, and that's still pretty
Yes,
broad.
and it,
Um,
yeah, and it's men products too. But the ladies usually buy in for the men, but I do have male clients that buy for themselves, you know. So yeah,
awesome.
but
Awesome.
go on the website, especially if you want to become a representative. Right on my website, it'll tell you how to do it. So pull it on up. It'll get in touch with me, Mount
Awesome.
Blind, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Jennifer?
Yes. Oh, I thought I was muted. I'm not muted.
No,
I gotta tell you, I told Dawn, and I don't know if Cornelius was on yet, but my father races horses in Ohio, and he is in a race here in a few hours. Well, it's probably going to be around 8 o'clock, but the horse that he's racing has been winning. So it's pretty exciting because we've grown up with horses. And this is like the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. It's on a Facebook thing. But this horse is doing really well. It won its race last week. I think it ran, it maybe won. It's doing really well. And it's making money. And it's like after years of my dad doing this while we were growing up, it's reward for him, but it's something that's been in the family for years. They did horse racing when he was a kid, and then he wanted to do it, but it's a very expensive hobby, very, but it's pretty exciting. So he's racing in about an hour, but I was like, last Tuesday he was supposed to race, and they were supposed to have it on a certain Facebook thing, and we could not watch it, and we got a little panicked, and then my stepmother sends a text and said, he won. It's like, oh, thank God, because I literally cannot even eat. I'm so nervous for him. And I don't know if anyway, so that's a little bit more than you need to know about me. But
Put 20 bucks down.
huh?
I'll put 20 down on the horse.
Yeah, my son, who he's crazy, but he was saying, yeah, boy, we should start betting a little bit more on it. But they're putting money down on him. He's done very well, but I don't know if anybody knows anything about all that stuff. I don't really know the details, except that you spend lots of money to get the right mom and dad and all that kind of stuff that goes into it. And so it's pretty exciting. And I think my brother's a part owner in it, but we're all just having fun because right now with the pandemic, my father lives out on a farm with my stepmom, and they really don't see too many people. And this is pretty exciting for them to be able to enjoy this whole thing. But anyway, just to give you, you ladies and gentlemen, know that I'm the executive director, and TTR Networking actually stands for To the Rescue Networking. I was on a call this morning after I was on Biz Builder's call with Cornelius and the other people. And I always say TTR Networking real fast, and I don't even really go into it. And the lady who was in charge, we were talking about the 30-second commercial that you do. And she said, you need to tell people what it's called. Don't say TTR. Everybody can say TTR, that's fine. But the power of To the Rescue is kind of a big deal. So I'm going to try to say that more and more and more. But our whole thing is we've got 14 networking groups. This is the only one that meets at night, and we're industry exclusive. We've got a mastermind group, though, that is not industry exclusive. We've got Dawn is taking care of the TTR Cares thing, which is just it's amazing. I think that the potential for things, and that is really a lot of the stuff we don't discuss in the meetings because people are going through a lot of stuff now. We needed to have a platform to do that. Mental health and, you know, just the COVID. I mean, I keep complaining on those calls about the COVID thing. It's wearing me out. But I don't have to be in charge of that. Dawn is. And we've had 2 really great calls, and we're doing that monthly through the end of the year for sure. And then we'll know better as we get closer. But I think that our whole nonprofit world is where our focus should be, as far as we want to be definitely a guide, you know, a guiding light for somebody who's like Cornelius, who's looking, Dion, Shelley, you guys are all looking for networking opportunities. We want to be that beacon of hope and that light. You know, we have a variety of members, but the nonprofit gives us a way to give back. Not only are we helping to serve each other in our meetings and beyond that, but the nonprofit world needs us more than they ever have. And we've been very involved. And every time on the TTR calls, CARES calls, Dawn gets all involved in talking about nonprofits that none of us have ever heard of before. And it's like, that's what it's all about. Well, I thought when
a lot of them out there.
Yeah, when you talked about it at the beginning, I thought, you know, we were going to be talking about the ones that Collaborating Connections had helped. And I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I just figured, you know, but you've made me aware of nonprofits I didn't even know existed. And I think that's really exciting. So that's a big thing. We are industry exclusive networking groups, give to each other, serve each other, and try to connect people, introduce people, you know, make warm introductions, but we also give back to the local nonprofits and give back to our local communities in basically the form of 501c3s. And that has gone extremely well for us over 10 years. Can you believe 10 years? But we are looking for people to be invited. So keep inviting. And, you know, this group is kind of non-traditional. Well, I've said that a zillion times, but we have a lot of room in this group. And Dawn can tell you the history of this group has been pretty interesting. So now with the virus, though, it opens up all kinds of work, you know, opportunity for us. So having said that, what was the other part? Oh, and I'm a relationship marketing coach. So I talk about how you build stronger relationships with your current clients as well as prospects. And it's just some very simple tools, relationship marketing wise. And I think that's what we're all about with TTR anyway. So to the rescue, networking. There we go. So I'm done.
Got yourself. All right. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I got my book, by the way, from Nicole. So I'm all excited. I'm starting to read about relationship building and how that's the crust of everything that we do.
We all do it. We don't know what we're doing necessarily, but there is a whole study and that's what I do believe kind of sets us apart. You know, we've got the relationships with each other, and then we build the relationships with our communities and the nonprofits. And there's just numbers of things we can do. Yes, sir?
Where can I get the book?
I'll send you one. You and I need to do a one-to-one so that I can get, but if you want to do an address, if you want to, unless you don't want to share it with everybody, they're all going to be bugging, but a good email, or I've got your email, but a good physical address.
To drive-by.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the window to you. But if you wouldn't mind, you could share it with me, or not share it, chat it. You can send it to me or whatever through that. And then the other part of it is, yes, I really would like to do a one-to-one just to kind of figure out exactly who the right people to introduce you to are. Does that make sense?
Yes.
This is a great group. And yeah, it's been an interesting year for everybody, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah.
There you are.
Cool.
And I have a question before we get off on here. So I love these networking events. Can I try each and every one once before I have to?
Yeah. We don't typically tell people that. I'm kidding. We do tell them that. It is true that you can. As we've grown, every time I send out an email, I'll say, by the way, you can actually, and actually I shouldn't tell you this, Cornelius, but you can actually visit any group 3 times before, because we just changed that. Now, typically if you go to a BNI or you go to any other networking, they're going to say 2. But since we've moved it to the virtual platform, we've had members and guests and leaders saying, I can't really get a feel for, it's not like meeting in person and being able to shake somebody's hand and maybe even, hug them or whatever, or see the little, I don't want to say anything that's weird, but I mean, just the things, the body language, you just can't see it all. It's different. So as a leadership group, all of our leaders, we have a monthly leader meeting, and we decided to we increased it to 3. We hope that somebody would be ready to join after 2, but reality is that you may not even know, after 2 or even 3, you don't know. But you got to give it a whirl. You're not locked in to you're locked in. I always suggest to people, give it 3 to 6 months. Don't think you're going to come in and immediately, especially when you've got, and that, Cornelius, when you got a higher ticket item, you have to work a little harder, even if you're willing to work with people, and you've already said that, which is really nice. But people have to really, even.
It's an investment. It's definitely, yeah.
You got to get comfortable. I mean, I know Dawn very, very well. But traveling, anybody doing anything for you, you're going to want to get to know them a little bit before. And then that's when the genuine, the magic of the networking groups work for you, is when people get to know you and they're like, you know what? I know Cornelius is a great guy. I mean, not only has he got a great product, but he's a good man. And I can trust that if I send my minister to him, he's going to, what I mean? It's just trusting enough to open up their black book to you, or their contact manager, whatever, and say, we always are trying to connect people. But I would usually say, if you don't, within 3 months or so, you're not getting any referrals and you haven't felt like giving any, then there's something probably not right, because you're meeting weekly. We encourage people to do one-to-ones. I'm almost always, even before somebody joins, like I said, I'm reaching out and saying, hey, how can I connect you? If you walk away from us and you say, no, I don't want to join any of those groups, you've just met a lot of nice people. I mean, let's just be real. There are a bunch of good people in this network. I can say that.
Who can walk away from us?
I don't think that he's going to, but I do think that that's what it's like, come on, you get to visit a couple times with each of these groups, you get to meet people. If you're not taking it the next step, then it isn't net sleeping, it's networking. It takes some time. And if I'd given up 5 years ago, we would only I don't even know if we have, I'm not sure how many groups we had 5 years ago. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have 14 groups. So, and we have a number of things that are coming up in the future for us that I think I'd be really sad if we had not gone there. But I didn't know that at that time either. So I just say, give it some time, but 3 visits. Darn. Why did I tell him that, Dawn?
It's out now. It's out now.
I'm showing that to every single one 3 times.
But see, I always say, look at it that way. You could go to every group 3 times. Look how many people you could meet. Dion said, they never told me 3 times. They said only 2. No, we wanted to get you now. We weren't going to wait. Just kidding. But we're just glad you're here. So thank you.
Most
And-
definitely.
yeah.
Most
But
definitely.
But it took me about 3 times before I could actually get going.
But you did have some, I mean, and I told Dawn about some of the things you told me about your, your before you found Color Street, what you were
Yeah.
doing. So you had a little business background there. And Shelly is connected to Dawn by being a relative, right?
Yeah, that's my auntie.
Well, so it's so sweet to have you on the call, even though we can't see your face. We still see your silhouette, but it is just really nice. And when we get Pauline and Terry back here, and maybe we can get Renita on a call here soon too, that would be nice. But anyway, I'll let you go ahead, Dawn. I guess that's all I
Okay.
have to say about me.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
My name is Dawn Evans Casey. You guys know I am the leader of Collaborating Connections. My business is spa travel. So I am all about relaxed adventure. It takes the average person about 10 to 20 hours of internet searching for them to plan and agree and book on their own travel experience, where they find a price that they like, when they figure out what they want to do, who's going with them, coordinate the flights, decide which airlines to look at, do the comparisons, put it all together. Do I need to rent a car? Et cetera, et cetera. I help people reclaim all that time. As a certified travel agent, my skills do not cost my customers and clients anything extra. The vendors pay my commission. And I love to travel myself, see the world, see new things, and learn and expand my horizons. And I certainly want my clientele and customers to have that same wonderful travel experience, not once, but again and again. So that's what I'm all about. As people who are interested in planning a trip, not at the last minute, not just interested in comparing prices, but actually looking to plan a trip either for business, travel with their family, group travel, whether it's a family reunion, a church group that wants to go somewhere, girls or guys weekend. Guys want to go fishing or playing golf. The girls want to go on an excursion to the Caribbean and be in the sun. All those things I love to help with. Everything from car rental, hotel or resort accommodations, both domestic and international, airfare, cruising, destination rail, all that good stuff. And even once you get there, the tours, the excursions, the nightlife, the shopping, what's available to you. I can provide recommendations and ideas about all of that to make it a very wonderful, memorable, enjoyable trip. Now, I traveled for years and years in corporate America myself, and I have experienced the ups and downs of travel, the getting stuck in an airport, the cancellation of flight, getting to the hotel room that might look suspect or not quite what I expected. So even beyond the booking of the trip, I continue to be an advocate for my travel client, talking to the vendors, straightening things out. And the vendors love to work with me because they want me to refer more business. So I love what I do. I'm very enthusiastic about it. Love to share ideas with people who have sometimes no idea of what exactly they want to do. They just want to get away. And I suspect when COVID is over or has subsided, that business will be booming again. Right now, it's somewhat subdued, and people are slowly getting back into travel. Spent a lot of earlier this year helping people with cancellations and refunds or rescheduling. But those are the ebbs and flows of the travel business. I am happy to help anybody who is interested in travel, whether that be the end of this year into 21 or 22. Depending on the travel vendors that I work with, some of them schedule out quite a bit, some just maybe 365 days ahead. So if you know of anybody who would like to travel or you yourself would love to get away, just contact me, Dawn Evans Casey Spa Travel. I also love to assist individuals who are interested in getting into the travel business like myself without brick or mortar, but having a home-based travel business. I consult and help individuals get themselves started. So again, in this time of COVID, where some folks are looking for a side hustle, if you know of anybody who's interested in becoming a certified travel designer, please feel free to pass on my name, Dawn Evans Casey, Spa Travel.
We needed you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Really bad. Really, really bad. So some buddy of mine's getting married, and we were going to go to Texas, but Texas is just not.
Yeah, that's one of those hot spots right now.
Well, right now it's yeah. So now we're going to Tennessee.
Okay.
Still, we had no idea what the heck we were going to be doing down there, where we were going to go, where we were going to stay, none of that. We're getting it all together now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. But I do know my family's trying to plan a trip at the end of this year. So you will be getting a call from me.
Wonderful. I'll look forward to assisting however I can. I appreciate that. Jennifer got into some of the information that I wanted to make sure to share with everybody. So we meet on a weekly basis to, of course, talk about our businesses, talk about what's a great referral, and get to know each other better. Something that I really love about TTR Networking to the Rescue, Collaborating Connections, and why we're named Collaborating Connections is it just kind of speaks for itself. You know, we talk, we collaborate, and we make a very concerted effort to connect individuals with potential clients, customers, people who need to know what we do. And sometimes the hour and a half of our weekly discussion is not enough to really get to know somebody. We certainly do want to be able to give robust referrals. So we encourage those one-on-one discussions. So the part of the information that we've got in the group chat, jot that down and take the opportunity to reach out to somebody that you met tonight on this call to do a one-on-one follow-up. You know, ask them some questions, delve a little bit deeper into what they specialize in their business, what they really like to do, and get an idea of who you know, who's in your circle of influence that you need to connect that individual with. And hopefully that they're doing the same for you. Because that's how we grow. That's how we increase our business and become successful. So we want that to be an active process for sure. Besides the one-on-ones, be sure to just, you know, if you become Facebook friends or connected on LinkedIn, go ahead and ask for those referrals. Cornelius, you may be on LinkedIn and see that I have a connection to somebody who manages a business or an organization, and you think that person is that ideal for what you do. Feel free to send me a message and ask for that introduction. You know, this is a lot of the ask and you shall receive. But if you don't ask, I may not know that that's a perfect connection for you. So we do have to, even beyond the call, be thinking about who we would like to be connected to. Look at, you know, each other's friends on Facebook or LinkedIn, or, you know, understand where we work and what side of town we live on and who we might know that works well to be connected. And sometimes, you know, we're not all extroverts. We're not all seasoned salespeople. Sometimes we need that warm introduction by that familiar somebody. So sometimes it's okay to ask me, Dawn, can you not only connect me to this person, but perhaps be on a three-way call while, I really want to tell them about what I do. I'd really like, know them well. Can you initiate the conversation to get them on the line and make it a very comfortable conversation? And we need to be willing and able to do that for each other as well. As much as we give, we hope that boomerang effect that comes right back to us as well. That we are individuals that are happy to help and give, but we will also receive the same warm referrals, same great connections from the people that we're connected with through To the Rescue Networking. So I just wanted to make sure that I reiterated that as well. The month of August has been all about authenticity and awesome, what is the word? Testimonials, awesome testimonials, correct? So I think week by week we have talked about what different testimonials are, the difference between somebody responding with a product or service like and someone who is an influencer speaking on behalf of your company. There's certainly a difference, but all of those things are beneficial, and that we should routinely be asking for referrals from our customers, ask for the testimonials. How did they enjoy their product or service? And give us a little story, a story that can help resonate with others who might be looking for that same type of wonderful experience with the product or service that we're offering. That's a connection beyond, it's not just Dawn trying to sell travel, but my client has had a wonderful travel experience and is willing to articulate that in a way that I can share on my Facebook page, my website, and other people will be like, wow, that person really enjoyed themselves. I want that type of a travel experience. I hope that Dawn and Spa Travel can help me get there. So I need to give her a call. So the awesome testimonials are excellent marketing tools, and we hope that you are seeking those out, that you're utilizing them on your pages, in your marketing materials, even communicating them when you're talking to potential clients and customers. So as far as influencers, there are people who have a wide range of connections. And it's great to reach out to them and get to know them and ask them if they'd be interested in speaking on your behalf. They can be influencers speaking on behalf of your reputation as a small business owner. They can speak on products or services if you have provided them with samples, or if they themselves have utilized your products and services. But an influencer, a notable somebody who may be related to your industry or not, may go a long way in reaching, again, a lot of individuals and expanding your circle of influence if what they say and what they share resonates with other people. So that's something to think about and stay focused on. I know that we are wrapping up the month of August, so I hope that everybody feels comfortable with the awesome testimonials information that we've shared, and I know that we've put some notes out there on our Collaborating Connections Facebook page as well, so feel free to go back and visit the page and scroll through. We've also posted some upcoming webinars and small business training sessions that just are really good to utilize as business owners, managers ourselves. I know that we did post the Innovate conference, which is free to register for, and that's coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Go check that out. Make sure that you get registered. I think the registration is still open, and there are a couple of more resources. I think there is a minority business conference that is coming up in September that was posted out on our Collaborating Connections Facebook page. So check out those resources, especially when there are free workshops and training that's made available. It's not always specific to your own industry, but I'm sure that there's useful information to be gleaned from these conferences, and the fact that they're free, it's just a wonderful opportunity to get plugged in. In a lot of cases, you can get on a list of those who have attended, and again, that's an opportunity to expand your network by finding out who are the other small businesses who are interested in growth and development, and is there something that you can share or network with those individuals. So that's a recommendation as well. Jennifer has stepped away. I was going to ask her if she could share the topic of focus for September. So,
Am I enough of comedy relief for you all? Okay. It's actually the 60-second commercial, and Dawn was talking about awesome testimonials. I don't know Cornelius. I know Dion's probably looked at our website a few times. As a member, you get a profile and a picture, and you get to link things. You can also send us awesome testimonials for other people in the network, and we're putting those on the pages, as well as we don't really have a testimonial page. We are trying to put the testimonials with the groups that wherever it's coming from. So that's pretty cool. Like you were a guest speaker this morning for the Biz Builders. We have people who have spoken on a number of topics. I would recommend, we're going into the 60-second. We have Susan Sparks, who's done a great job doing the 60-second. Dawn, you might want to, but
I will.
so on the website, we are now talking about different members who are speakers who are doing different things. Susan talks a lot about the 60-second. Deb from our Westfield networking group wrote a book that's called My Life Organizer, and it's a catalog of critical personal, legal, financial, and health information. This is a book she wrote. She wrote it for herself, and then she turned it into a book. She said, everybody needs this. So she's going to be doing a 5-day challenge in September. And this doesn't really fall under any topic, probably. It's just a good thing for, as human beings and adults, it probably is a good thing to know where all this stuff is. And the book actually gives you spaces to put all that information. So in the event that you are not here to tell somebody, it's here. We had an attorney in the group she presented to the other day, and he completely agreed with her about everything that she had in the book, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, so in September, we're going to be focusing on the 60-second intro that we all do, or we try to do. And there are some components of that. Susan's really good about talking. She's a copywriter. So if you know somebody who's, really on top of that, one of our big themes is the authenticity. We introduced that with August, and it will probably come up right and left as we go through the rest of this year and into the new year with some of the things that we're offering. We're going to be extremely authentic. Yeah. We have it's a video cast that we do on Fridays, and Dawn and I and another lady are the co-hosts of that, and we are just hoping that we'll get to, and Dion, you're a member. We'd love to get you on there.
Yeah, we got to
could
do
do
that
We
now.
could do it at a convenient time for you. So it's on our website. We have a page that's our education and blog and the video casts that we've done. I think we're at 25 episodes, which to me is pretty awesome because, I mean, we've just kind of flown by and we have the next few weeks that are booked, but it's to capitalize and to bring some attention to our members. So and when I say authenticity, I think that's an overriding theme. But when you're talking about writing your 60-second presentation, your elevator pitch, basically, what is it? You want to say who you are. You don't want to just say, well, I sell fingernail. And I don't mean to say it like they're not important, but you sell something that is not just fingernail polish. You sell convenience. You sell beautiful you know what I mean? It's that benefit thing over the features of the product. Yes, that's great. We all know that you have a product, but what are we looking for? We're looking for, hey, I can put on the same color on my toes and my feet, whatever. I'm sounding stupid, but you know what I'm saying. It's the benefits. And when you do that 30-second, 60-second presentation, sorry,
I hear that.
I've got the race here. They're only on the third race, so we're good.
Okay.
But anyway, but the whole idea with the 60-second thing is to get everybody comfortable or more comfortable with what they're sharing. Cornelius, you've probably got so many things that you can say that your product does, but it's honing in on those. If it's a 30-second, it's probably about 75 words. I mean, it's not much, but you got to get right to it. What do people want to know about your product? We all know this, but it's taking that month to really kind of focus in. And I think also one thing, as you get to know each other, it's good to know, I think we've had groups where people share, like Dion, you've been around long enough now. You and Dawn might just kind of flip and say, Dion, you introduce Dawn, Dawn, you introduce Dion, you know what I mean? And just kind of see what kind of things you would say. I think we were talking about awesome testimonials, and I think I talked to Dawn about it briefly. Maybe I talked to Dawn, but it was, maybe it was Nicole, I don't know, but it was the idea of getting other people to say, to say words that describe you or do an introduction.
Yeah.
That awesome testimonial. We don't want, if there's bad things happening, we want to know that too. But obviously we're trying to bring out the strengths and sometimes to hear what other people think about you. And I don't mean to say it because I don't want it to be bad, but when you hear, somebody told me I was a fixer. They said I was a fixer. I think I told you that, Dawn. And it was kind of
I think I told you that.
Maybe you told me, I don't know. But I remember thinking after that, I thought, I'm a fixer? But then I started thinking about it, and it's like, you know what? Somebody comes to me that I don't really, I haven't really thought about it. I start trying to figure out, who do I connect them to? And I guess they thought that was, I'm a fixer, like a fixer-upper, but I'm connecting people. They didn't say connector. But I've also had people that say, hey, I need a plumber or something. Well, I might not know any plumbers, but I know about 5 people that I know if they know one, they're going to tell me who it is, and we're going to get that connection made. So that was weird to me. I mean, not weird. It was a good feeling when that person said fixer, because I'm thinking, well, I guess that's kind of what I do. It's one word for it. But so the month of September is really all about your 60-second, but there's ways that we can play with that in our groups and say, hey, have you ever thought of this word? I think maybe Cornelius said it early on. I don't know if you said you're being completely honest or transparent or something like that at the beginning or something. And you just said exactly what did you say? You know what I'm talking about? You had a thing you gave us at the beginning. And I think if we can all, you know, we want people to say, hey, she's authentic or he's authentic. I mean, for the fact that you said, I want to be completely upfront and honest with you guys. This is how it works. And, you know, some people struggle with that initial onboarding fee. But I've also seen it work. You know, you're telling us, and we know you've been there 5 weeks. I'm not saying that's bad. Don't take that as bad, because some of the B&Is and stuff like that, if they knew you'd been with a company for 5 weeks, you can go visit them, but I'm just telling you, I don't mean to be rude. B&I has in their bylaws or something, or their guidelines, they say, if you've not been with a company for 2 years, don't take them. Now each group can decide, but in our groups, we have, and right now there's all kinds of people that have been furloughed or have made a major decision with this COVID stuff that they don't want to go back to what they were doing before. There was no security or whatever. Maybe that job is not gone, but they just have some things they want to do that, you know, I don't know why you left real estate, but the fact, you know, you had a certain passion that you said, I can do more with this. But anyway, we just want to be that beacon of hope that there's a place. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, it's true. But I want everybody to feel like they do know each other. That, you know, if there was something that you know, authentic means your empathy. We feel like you understand us. We trust you. You walk the walk, you talk, you know, whatever what you do, your actions agree with what you say. We actually literally had a member who's no longer a member not too long ago that it became very obvious, and I've told Dawn, I probably talked about this too much, but it opened my eyes to the fact that we got to be aware all over the place of what our brand is and what we're trying and who we want in our membership. And that's, I don't want to say that it has anything to do with, you know, whether your political views or anything like that, but she was doing some things that were really not very good. And there were people in her group that were saying, you know, I can't even refer business to her because I don't trust her anymore. I don't feel like I know who this person is. Anyway, so what we want is to definitely be a safe, comfortable place for the majority. There will be people who don't fit into that, you know, but when you come and you think it's going to happen overnight, that doesn't work either. We have to court each other a little bit before we get married. So does that make sense? That sounds kind of over the top. Cornelius is saying, what is she talking about? I don't want to get married. What in the heck? No, I'm just kidding.
Something in what you said reminded me, and I forgot about it the first time, but now I'm on it. And the activity was to identify the characteristics that others see in us. And I know back here on my bookshelf somewhere, I have a Strength Finders book and workbook. And I'm going to pull that out to see if I can create an activity for us in our upcoming weekly meeting to do a Strength Finders activity where we identify what we recognize as our strengths and then give a chance for others to identify what they see in us as our strengths. And it's just one of those eye-opening experiences. You know, if other people don't see exactly what we see, it's not totally bad. It just gives us an opportunity of something that we need to work on and perhaps you know, hone in on. How do we improve what we want to, how we want others to perceive us, and how we're sharing and interacting and talking and so forth. So I'm definitely going to work on that after this call.
Cool. It would be good. Actually, Dawn, if you get that, because we've had Strength Finders people come in and do that. So that would be a great thing if you and I can talk about that. Because that would be something definitely for us to talk about in, over the next few months, obviously. Go ahead.
Yeah, good deal. I went and pulled out, when we used to meet in person, folks, we would have our members and visitors put their
Yeah.
business cards in binders. And I've still got these binders full of connections, full of pages of people and their cards. I just wanted to say that to let you know that, I'm reaching out to these folks, inviting them back to visit with us, as well as I'm sure that there are people in here that you guys need to be connected to. So don't hesitate. I'm going to look through and see if I can identify, somebody who might be a good connection for Dion, for Cornelius, but don't hesitate to ask me, specifically if there's a particular industry or a particular job position or somebody that you're looking for, please don't hesitate to ask. Dawn, do you know anybody who does da da da? And I'm happy to reach out and make that connection. So we are pretty much at time. I just wanted to open it up to see if we have any questions or final thoughts. Anybody wants to share?
I love it, and I'll be back.
You're a good man.
Awesome.
I was also going to say, just for Cornelius, I don't know if Dion probably knows all of this, but we are staying on the virtual platforms, even if we start meeting in person again. And that's across the board, Cornelius, because it's opened up a lot of potential. Shelley is in Georgia. Is that right?
She's
No.
in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, okay. So we've had people from California, we've had people from North Carolina, we've had all kinds of people that are finding us. And
DC,
now,
Alabama.
yeah.
Yep.
And the
Chicago.
good thing about the majority of our people, well, no, everybody really in this group would benefit from that. The people in the other groups that are industry exclusive, our realtors, our mortgage people, finance, insurance, those are the core members of a lot of those groups, all of those groups. They might be a little bit kind of at, well, why would we do that? But a lot of them can get referral fees. They can do financial products all over the United States. So we're looking at this big opportunity instead of, okay, when everybody starts meeting again, we're going to get rid of this. No, we're not. This has opened up so much potential, and we've had great attendance for most of our groups. We've had a few people that have dropped off because they couldn't adjust to the virtual world. I have no idea why. You can jump on in your office, right, Cornelius? That's what you're doing, or right? It's like, come on, people. Get with the program here. You can, it's so much easier. And we have people who are now making meetings who could never make them before. So, it's just like, but you whatever. So we're just happy that you guys are here, and please invite other people that you know. And certainly, Cornelius, we have a few other groups, but I won't tell you all of them because this is the only group. This is the best group.
Best people.
Yeah, this is the best people. That's exactly, good people. So thank you. You guys are awesome. Nice to meet you very much.
All right. Most definitely.
Okay. Well, I
That
think
everybody has a wonderful rest of the evening. Jennifer, I hope your horse wins.
keep thinking positively.
And
Yeah. We got a few more races. Actually, not that many. It's going fast. All right. So I'm going to let you people go.
Okay.
All right.
So if you send me the copy of the recording, however that works out, just let me know.
I will.
And Dion, we are on for tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay?
definitely. Thanks for sending me
fun,
the
Becky.
reminder.
All right.
All right.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night, everybody. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Bye.